Risk reduction. After the risk is identified, we must adopt those procedures that are helpful in reducing the risk. Is in the same way, if we have designed a special organization or a lab, तो हमें वो strategies अपनानी चाहिए कि अगर ये risk इस scenario में हो जाता है, then what will be the strategies to reduce the risk? So the strategies should be adopted. For example, for large population, we have to establish large policies and implement them. Then we can design programs and small projects. Now, if the program or the project is dealing with the risky agents, then keep in mind that they should be transparent to the sponsors. So programs and projects, if they get approval with for the use of those infectious agents, then they have to be transparent with the sponsors. Now, small policies have been designed for subpopulation, and management principles are there which are applied to small policies. Now, for risk reduction, the term risk management is used. This is a structured approach that occurs in steps. The purpose of this structured approach is to identify, assess, as well as to control the risk. So, after the identification of the risk, that is the first step, risk identification. After the identification of risk, we have to process them in a place where we can minimize and control the risk. Then we have to control the after effects of the risk or the results that occur from the risk that happened, if they should materialize. So the risk management that occur in steps, the first step is early consultation. For example, if we have designed a lab, then we have to identify our needs, our requirements, and also we have to look at the cost. क्योंकि अगर risk बाद में होता है और आपने कोई strategy नहीं अपनाई हुई, then it can prove to be cost effective. The second step is the deferring irreversible decision, that we need some more time to develop alternative way in order to achieve our goals. So this is again a better approach to take more time to develop different techniques to achieve the objectives. The third one are the pilot studies. These are the small studies. The purpose of these small studies is to get more and more information about the risk, ताकि risk को properly assess किया जा सके और उस पे काबू पा सके. Then the next one is that we have to design such strategies in risk assessment methodology that are flexible. So if the method is designed in such a way that we can easily modify them according to the future challenges. Now, precautionary actions should be a part of the daily biosafety and biosecurity system. For example, अगर कोई technician collection center से lab तक sample लेकर जा रहा है और रास्ते में due to leakage of the container blood spill हो जाता है, तो इस risk को manage करने के लिए हमें precautionary measures लेने चाहिए. That is the procedure of disinfection. Then the second next risk assessment management step is the transferring of risk to private sectors. In the form of insurance, we can transfer the risk to the insurance companies. Now it is better to use simple techniques instead of using the complex techniques. So make it less usable of leading edge technologies. Then we have to look at the site investigation. What are the foreseen grounded systems and what are their benefits? Then if the management system is in the form of programs or in the form of projects, then before implementing them, we have to review the project at every step, ताकि वही बंदा उसको रिव्यू कर सके जो कि उस डिसिप्लिन से रिलेटेड हो. इसके अलावा दूसरे डिसिप्लिन के रिव्यूअर्स को इसलिए दिखाया जा सकता है ताकि वो अपना कोई पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू एज अ पब्लिक पेश कर सकें. Then it is better to stop the project when it is too risky for the human beings, for the animals, for the plants, as well as for the environment.